Uneven application.
This comes when you're doing brush strokes, if you're not applying the paint properly, or when you're rolling. So some of the things that can go wrong, I would say maybe we'll start with rolling.
It's one that you see the most.
Yeah.
We often go into homes and you see, when you look on the walls from a side, you will see those lap marks, right? And you see this especially on darker colors, on walls that are taller and they have natural light coming from the side. I don't think you can remove those lap marks entirely,
yeah.
But maybe like at 80% you can get rid of them. You'll still see them, but there are ways to make it less visible. So
yeah.
It's very important, first of all, I think, to have the right rollers, right? To
Right.
have a good quality roller, a microfiber roller that's not, shedding lint everywhere.
Yeah.
Very important to use the right type of paint. And one thing that we like to do, especially when we're dealing with walls that have a lot of natural light shining from the side of them, or tall or dark, we like to use some extender into the paint. What that does, it keeps the paint from drying too quick. You have a little bit more open time where you can really work the roller to ensure that when you're rolling, you're leaving those even sheen, I should say.
You have different lengths of rollers too, right? You've got a 10 mil, a 15 mil, up to 20 mil. You don't want to go too heavy on that, right?
So we use 10 mil rollers on the walls.
Yeah.
On smooth walls, drywall walls, if we have a texture wall, we would go as high as 15. And I mean, a 20 doesn't really have an application inside the home, in my opinion,
really.
unless you're painting a very heavily textured ceiling,
Yeah,
or
like
you're
brick or
painting
something.
brick, or something like that.
And then what about rolling technique? So if you're pressing too hard, or if you're not, there should be a gentle pressure that you're putting.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be pushing on the wall too much. And you want to make sure you've got enough paint on the roller that you're able to fill in the area that you're doing. I think that a lot of people try and spread that paint a little too far.
They try to squeeze it too much. It's very important to have the right amount of paint, not to have too much, not to have too little. And what we train our painters to do is just to keep it very consistent. Use the same pattern all the time. Do the same amount of distance, cover the same amount of distance with the roller. Roll in long streaks, top to bottom. And once you develop this technique and you keep everything smooth and even, you don't have to rush. You just have to keep the flow going, right?